The weather has definitely cooled down. It's time to get back outdoors and commune with nature. Well, you know what? The Barnstable Adult Community Center has lots of activities from nature walks right through to talks. With me today, the executive director of Barnstable Adult Community Center. It's starting to roll off the tongue a little bit more.
Yeah.
Madeline Noonan, you are really literally just jumping right into fall with all your programming.
Yeah, it never stops for us, Paula. As you know, there's one thing, another. There's multiple things going on all the time. I mean, there's such a hustle and bustle of activity every day at the center. But fall is great. You know, like we know on Cape Cod, we don't exactly get the best winters, and I think the Old Farmer's Almanac is predicting a pretty harsh and frigid winter this year. So we're really trying to impart to people that spend as much time outdoors now while you can. I mean, the summer can be a little hot and humid to really do a lot of stuff outdoors. Fall's perfect. I mean, look at this. Who wants to be indoors on these beautiful days? And we recently launched an outdoor adventure program, which was something that we had wanted to do for a while, but we didn't have a dedicated staff person to do it. And then we hired Diane Francis to do our evening program activities, and we had some funding that gave her some additional hours that we thought, well, Diane's got great energy. She loves being outdoors. And so she's basically developed this program now where we're scheduling little trips. And it's a great way to discover Cape Cod. So recently, they just did a trip to Crow's Farm in Sandwich. They did a trip with LL Bean doing bird watching around Eagle Pond. There's a trip coming up to Sandy Neck that has over 30 people signed up. So there's clearly an interest in this, just for people to get outdoors, but also to have that connection with other people where for some folks, they might not want to go for a walk alone, but when you're doing it as part of a group, it's a lot more fun and meaningful experience. So perfect fall season to get outside. There's going to be a trip to a cranberry bog in Harwich. We're going to stroll along the Cape Cod Canal. And also, one of my favorite places on the Cape, which it's amazing how many people have never heard of it or have never been there, is the Knob out in Falmouth. It's a beautiful spot. And we're also going to pair with that a trip to Spore Gardens, which is a place I just discovered a couple of months ago. Because I saw somebody had posted some beautiful pictures on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, nice flowers out there, and it will be lovely in the fall. So it's just really nice for us to be able to extend our programming beyond the four walls of the facility and to get people out and moving, because that's all what healthy and successful aging is all about, is to keep active in every way.
Right, and when we talk about some of the places that folks are going to go, are you providing transportation there? How does the programs work?
Yeah, so for, there's an option where either people can meet there, carpool, or when available, our van will be providing transportation for some folks. Obviously, we've got some people who can't drive, and we want to make sure, that we're able to get them out and about, because it's a sense of, again, connection, and it's so important to, be able to enjoy the beautiful outdoor surroundings that we're so fortunate to live on this beautiful place. So we want to make sure that there's access for people to get there. The only thing that I would caution and encourage is that people sign up quick, because this is very popular, and some of these activities are going to fill up, especially with our vans, where there's only certain numbers of people that we can accommodate on the vehicles.
Right, and they don't have to be fit to climb Mount Washington, but
no, we're not doing. This is more for active older adults. So for people that maybe have some mobility issues, there would be challenges on some of the trails that we're doing. Honestly, I would just recommend that people just give us a call, and at 508-862-4750, and we can just kind of let them know. But it's just, again, look, we just released our October-November issue of the Compass, and we have, this is a picture of a recent trip that we took, and you can just see it's wonderful for us to be able to show, this outdoor element that we really haven't been able to dedicate resources to in the past.
Right, and the Cape is just so beautiful at this time of year. They should bring their cameras.
Yes, absolutely bring your camera, because it might be a future cover picture. Definitely cranberry bog, I see at some point next fall. But I think it's just a commitment to us always trying to do new things and be responsive to what the community wants from us. So, and already we're hearing about, new connections and friendships being made. And so, part of our hope is that as people meet each other and, get connected and expand their social circles, that this is something that they can just, schedule their own
Right.
outdoor activities, So we're excited where this is going to take us.
Right. And these aren't just the only programs. If folks want to sign up for these, they can go out to the website. They can look at the compass
Yes.
and call you. But definitely, there's so many other programs that are going there. You've got a couple of new ones
Yeah.
that are really interesting. The self-defense one that I just read about was just something totally different.
Yeah, the Krav Maga, which is something that was actually quite new to us until fairly recently, came about because last year we had done a pretty extensive survey and we asked people the kind of activities that they wanted. And again, this is where the more outdoor activities came from. And we had, when we were reviewing all of the suggestions, there were many pages and pages, which was great. But in 3 separate places, people had written Krav Maga. And so
KravMaga.
And so it was like I asked our activity coordinator, Susan Griffin, have you heard of what's Krav Maga? And when we looked it up, we found out that it's a form of self-defense that is used to train the Israeli Defense Forces. So actually what had also come up besides Krav Maga was people wanted self-defense. I think there's really this sense of, wanting to be able to protect yourself. You never know where you could be or what could happen, and sort of having those skills, is a very beneficial a skill for people to have regardless of their age. So we were very interested, but obviously it wasn't an easy thing to find, somebody to teach it. But we were lucky to partner with Cape Cod Krav Maga, and they actually came in a couple of months ago and did an initial session, and it was amazing. I mean, when we're talking about trying to be more of a multi-generational facility, this really was, because we actually had a mother and daughter that signed up to take this class together. So there were people of different generations in there, and we felt like this is something that clearly there's a need for. So we're very excited that we're going to be doing this in October through November. It's going to be an evening class. So for a lot of people that are working or maybe not available to come in during the day, this is something that we would encourage. We've got excellent trainers. And it's a great way to have more self-confidence in your ability to protect yourself and develop those skills, but it's also great fitness. So we would highly encourage people, they want to call us, we can give them more information on that. We also have, in addition to that, we're trying to do more dance classes. So beyond the traditional, we have 20 plus fitness classes that we offer. But we always want to try and offer new things. So we've got a Argentine tango. I know this from watching Dancing with the Stars, and it always looks like so intense. But we're very excited that that's something that we're going to be offering. So if there's any couples out there that kind of feel like a little, interest in doing something that has a lot of passion, but also something that's really good learning, having to learn dance steps and improve your coordination and have fun. And
the feet are connected to the mind.
I have 2 left feet, so I don't think I'll be trying this one out right now, but my husband loves to dance. But so, it's like, but again, this is us trying to say, look, there's a lot going on at the Barnstable Adult Community Center. So we want to see that be successful, and we're offering an information session that people could come in and just find out about it and see if it's the right fit for them before they sign up for the whole activity.
That's fantastic. And one of the activities that we noticed over the last few years here at Barnstable Recreation has been archery. The whole Harry Potter and Hunger Games has made this resurgence of an activity that was required in my gym class back in the 70s, but you're going to offer archery.
Yeah, this is really cool. It kind of ties into the self-defense. If we ever have to fend for ourselves, you got archery, you got self-defense, we're all set.
Senior Hunger Games?
Yeah, why? Oh, well, maybe not right now, but we could be going in that direction. No, archery was something that we saw, Recreation offer, and it's really one of their most popular activities.
It is.
And I think it's just, again, one of those things where, why does it just have to be for the youth, there could be an interest here for our older adult population for this program. So this is a partnership that we're doing with the Recreation Department. George Noonan, the program coordinator over there, is going to be coming over and doing 4 sessions, really to see if there's an interest in this. It's an evening class, so it's going to be 5 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays in October. And why not give it a shot? Give it a shot, pardon the pun. But why not try it out?
Exactly.
And see if you're a good aim or not. But I think it would just be for us, again, we're able to do this on our grounds. It's a nice way for us to utilize the great space that we have around the facility and do more outdoor programming on site, which is something that we're really trying to develop a long-term vision for. You know, some of the areas that we have. We've got a pond behind the facility, which is beautiful, that we'd love to put a nature trail in there. You know, pickleball is another thing that we hear a lot about, potentially adding a pickleball court to the ground. So we're going to be doing a lot more dialogue about that, you know, just exploring how we can work to enhance the grounds and really maximize not just the indoor space, but also the outdoor space. Very exciting.
Great. So if folks have suggestions, how should they communicate those to
So
you?
we are all, when I say all of us, our entire team at the Adult Community Centre are open ears, you know, and we're always willing to try something out. And over the years, there have been times where we've, you know, had interest expressed in a certain thing, where we've tried to get it going. And then not everything is successful. Sometimes it's just about the timing. It's about building an interest group, you know, that you know, or having somebody who's willing to facilitate. You know, for us, we want to make sure that everything that we do, if we're putting resources into it, you know, and time into it, that there's going to be a payoff. And sometimes it does take some time to build some programs. You know, for example, one of the things that we're doing now, which is, you know, becoming more and more successful the more that we offer it, is our Senior Learning Network program. So, you know, through this, we are able to offer learning experiences where it doesn't, you know, like it's not the traditional have a presenter come in and speak to a group in the room. We are connecting with people all across the country. So it's virtual learning is basically what we call it. So we have a big clear touch screen where we're able to go use all this great technology. We have this Zoom room that we set up where we can actually engage directly with people anywhere, any place. So like just last week, we had a presentation on pioneering women in history with the University in Texas. It was fascinating. We also just recently visited a National Historic Site in Kansas called Fort Larned, where we learned all about the Buffalo Soldiers. We visited California State Parks, and coming up we have, in October, we're going to be visiting Texas to learn all about rehabilitating sea turtles.
Oh, cool.
So this is in real time, you know, that our participants coming in can actually ask questions and speak. It's an amazing way to learn, and it's new because of the technology. And then we're also going to be visiting Alaska to learn about their gray wolves up there and meeting a gray wolf. So again, it's, you know, it's new, and sometimes the technology can be a little glitchy at times. But for the feedback that we've received is that people just love that, you know, we're sort of going beyond the walls, you know, as sort of like saying, we don't want to just offer traditional programs. We want to look at new ways to engage people, and that's very exciting for us.
Great. You're thriving inside and outside
Always
at the
thriving.
Barnstable Adult
That's
Community
the key
Center.
word. You got it.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Madeline.
Thanks, Paula.